Okay, we keep getting more and more responses. Imagine if we made a new internet. Wow, I really like this idea. We're making a website. I don't know what that's going to look like yet. So I guess we should just get into this. Oh, that looks so cool. That's what's about to happen. It's hacking time. Yeah, baby. We got it. So what we're going to do in April is we need to pick a project. And just so you guys know, there's no guarantee that we're going to work on one of those. We have a short list of projects that we thought up, but if one of you guys comes with a great idea, we'd love to work on it. We'd love to just like do something that we haven't thought of, you know? Because we've really been doing so many other things now that it's been weird. It's like you're balancing out these two businesses. You're balancing out like trying to make good content for YouTube, and on the other hand, you've got this whole thing of like, we need to make software. We need to make software because I'm not going to come on here and play like Minecraft yet. If you guys have an idea and you just like can't get it figured out in your head right now, or you're just like, no, I just don't think that this is the right time for it or anything, that's okay. I mean, we're going to do this pretty consistently. So sort of the plan moving forward is that we're going to do a cycle where we do pitch day, and then that goes into pick a product. And that could happen in the same day, but we might evaluate these, and then the whole thing, design, develop, launch, and then a tiny break, maybe like a couple days off, and then right back to the beginning. So if your idea doesn't get picked now, it might get picked later. Like I said, we have stuff on our plate right now that we were thinking would be cool to work on. Just don't know. So when you're thinking about the ideas for a pitch, don't really worry about it being something that Twitch would use or YouTube would use. If you think it's a good idea, just pitch it. We'll do anything up to hardware. Look, this is going to be maybe maximum 10 days of thing that we're going to work on it. If it's on the desktop, we're going to use Electron. If it's on the web, we'll probably use Ruby. Maybe I should round my skill set out a little bit more though and jump into Node. Oh, I just don't want to. Not Node. Oh, not a fan. But again, if any of you guys want to pitch anything, please just jump on our Discord, and there's a form to fill it out. And then once we're done with the last one, that's it. And we'll talk over our ideas after that. Let's look and see what we got for submissions. Now, I haven't read through any of these. 9 responses? What? Oh, crap. That's a lot. Okay. So first person, what would the name of the project or product be? Businessatum or Businessatum? Nope. We got to figure out some different names for that. What would the thing do? Give an overview. It's a business platform where both suppliers and retailers register to work more efficiently and more connected. That sounds real expensive. Invoices, price requests, transport labels. Okay. Oh man. This is a whole system now. This is just like an everything. It just does everything. It's basically, this is like almost describing the back-end system in Alibaba. Possible extra features. Yeah, let's just add some more things onto this. Online store connected to your stock, cash register system, and checkout system. So Shopify. I feel like this is describing Alibaba, and this is describing Shopify. It would be the equivalent of being like, hey guys, we wanted to go out and do a small hike through the woods. And then this right here is like, but we decided instead we're going to go see if we can get to the summit of K2. So I think this might be a little bit big for us. So how big is the project? I have no idea. Yeah, me either. I think this could take 2 years. Let's go to the next one. Hey, that's a cool name. Supplex. Is that how we say it? Or is it suplex? Supplement, right? Supplex. Supple. So what would it do? Add that to the cough count. It's a site dedicated to finding identical workout supplements and or parting out ingredients to get a cheaper price. For the most part, all pre-workout and workout supplements are made out of the same ingredients. That's true. I think it'd be useful to have a site that shows alternative products with pricing and reviews, differences in products with similar properties. My other idea is to scrape. Whoa, hold on a second. You can't scrape stuff. That's against the law. Scrape Amazon search results and get the labels and parse out the ingredients. Can't do it. That right there. Not many people realize this is very not legal. How does it make money? Referral programs. Ooh, that's one of the weakest ways to make money. Yeah, let me just, for 1 second, let's just see that. So if we were like looking for GNC is a big vitamin retailer, right, in the US. Waybolic. Prevagen. There we go. They almost always will have the proprietary blend. But that's it. Look, vitamin D. Really? For $60 a month? For $2 a pill? It's just vitamin D and apuphycorin. I'm sure that's probably not their thing. Yeah, look at this. Boom. Like, you can get it cheaper. Okay. So you'd say, like, I want to take Prevagen. Oh, but you can get it this other way. Okay. So I kind of get it. Thank you so much for that submission equally. What would the name of the product be? Jeopardy. What would it do? Make an in-browser Jeopardy game. Okay. I believe we would run into... I'm not 100% sure on this, but let me just check something. What? Let's not click that one. Oh, yeah, it's definitely trademarked. Okay, so I don't think we could do that. That's really... Well, whatever. Somebody had an idea. Assist Me. A personal assistant browser app. Take it from there, Greg. That's all the information you get. Personal assistant browser app. You can leverage the web speech synthesis API to ask questions and perform actions based on input. Hold on a second. Are you talking like the Star Trek thing? Because that's what I want. So anyways, you're thinking you bind voice commands to a browser extension. That's a cough. Add that to the cough count. It's interesting, but I think it's already been done. Yeah, because you got things like Cortana that do it, and yeah. Okay, I think we're gonna move on that one. It's been done. I don't really know how we would make it better, other than making it sound like the computer from Star Trek. Stockhead. I think the names so far have been stellar. Track user sentiment. Ooh, that's expensive. Across multiple keywords and relate them back to stock prices to see when an opportune time would be to purchase. So you could simplify it. I swear somebody does this though. Okay, so it already exists. I think building this out is way outside of my abilities. Look at all the math. Whenever you see like that thing, oh, that's going to be a thing. P-value, what does that mean? For me, right now, the P-value is whether or not my daughter uses the toilet or goes in her diaper. All right, next one. Deliver for You, a delivery tracker that sends an automated call to other suppliers if your delivery does not arrive on time. This exists. So I don't think there's something here. If you have a UPS account, it will do this. It won't do an automated call per se, but it will definitely text people. Next one up, Globe Music, a music store for music around the world, stuff that's harder to come by. Sleater, I think that you had an idea here that's already been done. I feel like it would be hard for me to build something here that makes sense. It is a good idea. I like the idea. I like working in music, but I think so many platforms for that. Oh, you were going for downloads. Building a catalog of music is really hard. I would, however, like to listen to all of the foreign music. I'm a big fan of weird foreign music. Okay, so this is NK349's idea. It's called Schedule Point, which you think is a horrible name. You need a better one. I don't know, man. That's not a bad name. Enterprise appointment scheduling with exposed endpoints to allow for webhook-based appointments to support office hours for teachers. That's pretty specific. When I do appointment scheduling, I usually do it through Google Calendar. That's interesting to open that up, but I use an app for that too. So the enterprise idea though is interesting because you would sell it to just like one company and make a ton of money, right? And then boom, you make $200,000 just to do that little piece of it. But the problem is they already have it. So I think companies that want this can get it, and there's other companies better positioned for this. Oh, this is just for medical marijuana. Scheduling the pickup of my weed. Okay. Interesting market. Let's put a maybe on that one. But I feel like, I'm saying maybe, but I just feel like there's other stuff there. Let's see the next one. Beer Me is the name of the product. Okay. I'm on board. What would it do? Input the preferences, output recommended beer, and where to find it near you. Oh no. This is the problem I have is like I literally talked to a guy who has a very similar idea. I don't think I can. I'm sorry, I don't think I can work on it. All right, so what would the product name be? IDK. I like it. What would the thing do? Tinder for finding a place to eat with a partner or group. Swipe left or right till you get a match of a place to go to. Stop the what do you want? I don't know question crap. Oh, okay. Let me tell you a little story about a man that started a company called Intego here in Jacksonville, Florida. Intego's tried this, and the reason it's not a small project is because you need to load all the restaurants. Oh, they're doing great. It doesn't even come up. They don't even have a website. So this guy, he tried doing it, and not many people wanted to use it. It was really weird, and I think the problem he ran into is that, like, if you type in restaurants near me, you're gonna get like a bunch of restaurants but you can't use the data. It's an idea that I've seen done, and it just doesn't take off. Oh, we got another one from Noah. Clickbait Killer. A browser extension for video platforms for users to give alternative titles to videos and vote on them. Okay, so it would be an extension that would probably be site locked. You'd have to figure out what websites it worked on. And like if you were on YouTube, let's see if we can find clickbait. And this is the problem. How do you identify clickbait? Or would it just be like a better title? That's an interesting thing. That would be fun. Let's put that into the maybes. All right. Next idea. Quick Schedule. An all-in-one app for sending you notifications when radio or TV programs you like are on, with the option to automatically record certain ones. I feel like YouTube TV definitely does that. Oop. YouTube TV will now remind you of a new show. And they've done it. So that's not going to be a thing. That won't be a thing. Plate Talk. It would send messages to other drivers using their plate. Oh, allow other drivers to look up left messages, similar to Venmo format, but just for drivers. So this is sort of like a weird social message thing. Your ID would be your plate. Now, if we treated it like that and not like free license plate lookup thing here, that could be interesting. Here, they're doing it like to report people that they've done something wrong, and we would do it just for this messaging thing. And it's all public. They're walking into some bad territory here, making it public. Oh, this guy just was like, "Hey, look at this jerk. Oh, here we go. Let's look and see what plate talk would look like." Apparently, the 40-mile-per-hour speed limit on the 302 isn't fast enough for this douchebag. Wow, they do not like that person. Oh, look at that cute doggo. Oh man, you're just gonna throw your dog in the back of the car. Look at this thing. It's like Final Destination for the puppy. No comment though. No comment. The comment was the picture. That's an old doggo. That dog is fine. It's fine. Isn't that two dogs? Whoa. It is two dogs. What? How did we not see that other dog? I didn't even see that. Now we've gone too far. And both those dogs they're like, what in the world are we doing? I would put plate talk into maybe. I think that I need to talk to somebody to see what the legality around doing something like that would be. All right, next idea. Kexman. What would the name of the product be? TLDR. Okay. A news site that takes all clickbait titles and answers them in 3 words or less. Dog attacks woman. You won't believe what happens next. Woman called police. Will the virus kill us all? No. I like this. So this could be combined in with Noah's idea for sure. So you take Clickbait Killer and you expand it out. I wonder how many people would use these. I think that's my main question with it is like, if I told you this already existed, would you use it? Or is this more like a novelty? All right. So equally submitted another one. What would you name it? Pizza Dealerino. That's a great name. Find the best pizza deal available in your area. Somebody likes pizza. Small, could take a few days to a week. No, okay. Everybody likes pizza and is looking for those deals, my dude. These are all valid points. Somebody could buy it. That's a great domain, though. There's nothing that does this. I mean, there's definitely Groupon, right? But that's not what you're talking about. Although I think I'm seeing it right here. Yeah, look at this. So they got the pizza deals. Retail Me Not was going a little slow. So we're going to see if we can find something that's a little more keyed in. Yo, so for real, who is going to the salon right now? Now is not the time to get your Mybrows. Ash Slade Mybrows. Sometimes you just wonder if the virus could take some of the people, not all of them. So we're gonna move on that one. I just can't. I think we could make it, but it's also like it requires people to submit all these things. Throwback. A simple app that lists historic things that happened on the current day from the past. I think you're right. Equally as though so like a history.com does that. Let's see what happened in this day in history. First of all, this show, Curse of Oak Island, piece of crap. What a piece of crap. How many seasons are they in? Freaking 30 seasons. They're not finding diddly squat there. Secrets of Skinwalker Ranch. When did this all become the History Channel? I mean, I know this has been like this for a while, but these guys are digging a hole in the ground. This guy's in outer space, but it's not a show. It's just like, this is what we used to be. Forged in, this guy's just making knives. These people are just eating stuff. History Channel. We need like a new History Channel. Pawn Stars. Oh, man. I remember when History Channel just used to be like nothing but documentaries, and it was great. So this day in history on April 8th, Hank Aaron broke Babe Ruth's all-time home run record. That's awesome. Also on this day, Somali pilots hijacked that ship. Okay. Yeah, they got this covered. So doing that around your personal stuff would be interesting. And just so I can be really clear, I'm not saying these are bad ideas or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to scope it out for something to work on. Ultimate tips. Use competitors' previous match data to determine how performant they will be in upcoming fixtures, factoring in whether to come up with reliable betting tips you can sell to customers. What? Oh, we can't do this. It's a really good idea, but I have a friend that does this. They're like, well, that's just like it's like a big data firm. They do the same thing. They have a customer that pays them to do this. You would have to take something like this and sell it to like one person, or one company or something like that. Yes, it's incredibly hard to come up with unique ideas that aren't niche. What would the name of the product be? North America, maybe? Here's the idea. Transcribe radio communications and use language processing to create events and send notifications to users of a mobile app that subscribe to a specific region. Interesting. How would we get the data in? I bet there's websites that have police radio. Let's see. Okay, so here's all these different ones. Zookeeper. Let's listen to that Zookeeper. You would need a antenna to pull that, unless I bet somebody's already casting it. And Mirrored, you think that that's actually illegal in many counties in the U.S. to listen to the police radios? Really? That's really interesting if that's the case. But for the most part, I think something like this is like very feasible, but the law stuff makes me a little iffy. All right. The submissions keep going up. Let's get to number 19. I like Vic's idea. I don't know about any of this other stuff. I think I want to look into the tech feasibility of that. Infinity DMS. What in the world is DMS? We're about to find out. Diamond and synthetic diamond management. What in the world are we getting into? We're about to get into some niche. It's niche time, baby. Let's find the market. Diamond and synthetic diamond management system that allows diamond dealers to share their inventory on Michael Rappaport. Okay. So we're going to share it with this guy, and to share private inventory exclusive to jewelers who can get the data using an API and mark the price up on their own e-commerce system. Wow. There's a whole bunch of stuff I've never even knew was a thing. There are similar products that exist. Oh, so this is not even unique. Similar products that exist for diamonds, but they don't allow private sharing, and there's nothing for synthetic diamond segment. Getting the old synthetic DMS, SDMS. It's so niche, and I know nothing about the niche. And it's a little too big for us right now. All right, Slayer's got another idea. It's called My Little Scholar. Ooh, that's also a good app name. It's like a recruitment app, but to help you find the right elementary, middle, high school, or college for your kid. What about this thing? I think this is it, Slayer, right here. I think we're going to move on. An app that finds the cheapest, safest place to live in the United States. You could have submitted it. I think that's not even an app equally. That's more like a design project. That'd be kind of fun. Let's just show you where that is. Let's just map that all out and say why. What would the name of the product? Project be Wayfinder. Wayfinder is a mobile application that facilitates long-term and long-distance travel planning by connecting together itinerary data, activities, locations, and time of day with secondary data such as weather, local events, etc. It helps you plan what you will need to bring back, pack, etc., and will recommend things to do along the journey. It's definitely in the like huge to giant scope. Like I didn't even put a giant on here, where you could probably spend a year getting this thing just a prototype. If you have like a system and you're going from point A here to point B here, and you got to go across roads, right? And then along the way, you'd probably fuzz out, like the person would say, I'm willing to go an hour away from my route to go do something. So then you would geofence all the results inside of this thing. This looks like a lower intestine. I like it. I like this a lot. It's definitely not something we can build yet. Okay, we keep getting more and more responses. What's your Discord username? None. Get a Discord, man. It's fun, Binks. You can come hang out with us. Product name Smidgen. Oh, it's a great app name. It's an ad-free publishing platform based on microtransactions. Viewers can purchase a package of Smidgens, 50 Smidgens for $5, 100 for $10. You got to give better than that. 50 Smidgens for $5, 100 for $9. That's how we encourage a $10 transaction. Every piece of content has an optional message board where patrons can create Reddit-style posts. Anyone can view message boards unless marked private, but only patrons can comment and participate. He's already invested a lot into it, and we can only really work on stuff we can totally own. But it's an interesting idea. This is way more than we expected to get. We thought there'd be like 2 or 3, but they keep, the responses keep rolling in. So let's go number 23. Chattervision. He's so good at naming. Pick a show and have a real-time comment stream of others watching the show to participate in conversations and have reactions. Netflix Party is the name of it. Let me check it out. So it looks like Netflix Party definitely does this. So this would be expanding Netflix Party to do more stuff, I guess. Interesting. So this already exists. So we're going to move forward. No clue for the name. I'm in grocery store or any store. I scan barcode in the app. App then gives me comments about said product. Interesting. So we could use UPC codes are registered. They're registered to a company. I don't know how we'd get the product database built around barcodes. All right, so let's move on to the next one. What would you name the product? History in Timeline. A tool that would make it easier to show off history as a timeline. So an editor can create a new timeline, for example, a person or war. The editor have to add points in the time with alternative input as text. Free online timeline maker. This is the thing we're going to focus on to make it look cool. Ooh. Well, I think it's been done. Snazzy Pic. LinkedIn profile picture generator that uses the webcam API and an OpenCV backend to take a picture of you with your webcam, then process the picture in OpenCV to remove the background. How does this make money? Because there's enough suckers on LinkedIn. Okay. Tons of people who would otherwise pay for a high-grade photographer. I don't think that this would work. I just think you've got people with like crappy webcams. That's all. All right. Next idea, Critter. Swipe left or right for animal adoption options. So it's Tinder for adopting animals. Shelters can add their animals. Users can find them in one place instead of trying to find a shelter first. Okay. There's something about that that's interesting. I just like the fact that it's like doing a thing that would help get these animals adopted. So if I go, I just wonder, like, what's the difference between me just coming here and being like, okay, here's my animals. Oh, why do they write it like they're the dog? Hi, I'm KC. I like being around people and hanging out. I love to run, play fetch, and tug of war. My favorite toy is a tennis ball. I love to be pet and loved on. Come meet me. That's the dog. That's how dogs talk. I don't know if you knew that. That's how they talk. I witnessed my owner get murdered in a drug deal. Okay, so it's an interesting idea. The pieces of this that are easy, the Tinder mechanism's easy. The hard part becomes getting the shelters to use it, but I mean, you'd have to make it a free tool for the shelters. This would be a fun one to build. I mean, it's got a nice, a nice outcome. I like that. And we're just gonna see if we can find the cutest dog that we can find. That right there, look at that thing. The dog's name is Eggnog. Eggnog is put on some weight. You gotta get Eggnog out and walking. I bet if we wanted to do this, I could reach out to them and say we want to do it. Okay, so there's an API we can pull from. It's a feasible product. It's got a good outcome. All right, what else we got? What would the name of the product be? Fansite Metacrawler. Very specific. It's like if it wouldn't be called a car, it would be like road driver gets you to place with wheels. What? A website to find a group of fan sites related to the topic you search. Sounds like Google. Does this make money? No, we nerds don't have any money. Sorry. Oh, that's a lie. That's a lie. You guys have money. You're putting these guys in business. This is a risky click. Oh, that's a risky click. You're putting these guys in business. Sword art, body pillows. If I were like, I want to see, like again, Breaking Bad fan site. Like, what's the problem with just doing that? I think I'm too disconnected from the idea to know how to make this work, dude. Move on to the next one. Books and movies. Use image and text recognition to identify books in movies and TV shows. That's a very specific... What? Such a... Books and movies. All right, so here's Pollux's idea. Go to escrow. An escrow application for freelancers with intuitive UI and great API for developers to make escrow payments in their app. So essentially, I'm a freelancer. We have a project that we're working on. This app exists to capture that payment into escrow. Feasible. I think it's a big idea. There's a lot of stuff to explore here. I don't think it's something we can work on in this grouping, but I want to slot this out to be considered for the next thing. The name of this one is SEO what? What? Write generic tests for a headless browser automation testing framework like Selenium WebDriver to test various SEO aspects. This has been done a million times. Can't do it. What would you name the project or product? Kickflip. This is more of a personal project that I'm slowly working on. Kickflip is a mixed media finger skate mobile game. I'm out. We're not making a game. I would like to see what it looks like, but I can't make a game. I'm not into that stuff. Oh, cool. So it's like little, you put your finger on it and do the things. This would be great. Like, I think you should just make it, dude. You could make it like Tony Hawk on your phone. Make it Tony Hawk Mobile. Just call it that. Nobody's going to come after you. Who's the guy that's like super drugged out all the time? Bam Margera. Just like Bam Margera skates. Pollux, you submitted one more? Okay, I'll look. It's right at the wire. Driver Den. A Netflix UI based Steam store with no DRMs. I mean, there are Steam stores without DRM. Is that just a no because it's too... I mean, geez, I could not stand that thing up. I wish I could, but no, it's way too big. That's a cough. Add that to the cough counter. All right, so next idea. Represent me. Get your congressman, senator, alderman, etc. to submit their resume. Curate a list of resumes. What is this idea? It's what they did in the UK. Okay, let me check. Oh, that's interesting. So you would say, like, do this in the US. I'm not a big fan of getting involved in anything political. My hotkeys, ? Browser extension that lets you make macros for Twitch next to the chat button, set of buttons able to edit and modify them. You would insert something here, so it would be like things that you could hit that do a thing. That'd be pretty easy to make. Yeah. And so again, if we don't pick your idea for this round, we might pick it for another one, you know? All right. So we've gotten through all the ideas. Let's start going through the projects that we had. So I'm going to walk you guys through the stuff we came up with. We'll do it one by one. Our biggest one that we came up with. So we were in this situation where like the projects we wanted to work on, Duranki needs a developer resource and really needs capital for that. Badger V2, we could launch it, but it needs something like Duranki. So our projects that we kind of pulled out, we had this tool that we talked about called MediaMonk. What MediaMonk is it's a tool to help take video content, video and audio content, and make it searchable and make it easy to find moments inside of it. And it's just like a platform to do this on. Every day, I generate like let's say I'm on a stream right now. I've been streaming for about 4 hours. So in the 4 hours of me streaming, a lot of stuff has happened and we need to keep a log of that. Rob can send me over his time code really quick. He's actually going through and turning the video content into tags and stuff like that in a Google Sheet. Look at this. In a Google Sheet. There is not another tool that does this. Pretty crazy, right? And this is going to help him and Zach to edit this. And then it's also going to be this thing that like in the future, like we want to make a compilation clip of something. Well, we can figure out what videos have those elements in them and go grab them. So this is like a real big itch that we're trying to scratch for ourselves. Essentially, it's a media tool. Now, if we were going to build this out, we actually envision this working in two different ways. Like one would be videos like the one that I'm doing right now, and there's plenty of people that make videos like this. What we pictured was like, imagine if you clicked on one of my YouTube videos, you could see that timeline of all the different things that happen in the video, and then you could just click it to fast forward to those points. So it becomes this interactive way for long form content that's 10.5 hours long to, really quickly get you to the point in the video that you want to be in. Now, the problem is I think that MediaMonk is like a medium to large project. So we're not going to, why did I just type that? Google was like, is that what you meant? And I'm like, yeah, sure, large scale. So I think it's one of these things that it's a little too big to do in this round, but it's something we've really been considering. Like, we just want a shorter project right now. So the next thing we could talk about is this micro tool for splitting up videos. If you need to take a 10-hour long video and cut it into like 5 smaller projects to work on, you can use FFmpeg, but it's all command line. So it was just going to be a wrapper for FFmpeg. And the thing is, there's tools that do this, right? But we use them and they're horrible. They're super slow. So that's the second idea. This one would be 1 day maybe to do that. The other project we thought about was more of a design system project called Time is Stupid. It would just be a design thing where we look at the way time works, because I think time is real dumb. I think the whole AM PM thing is a little weird. I think the names of the weeks are super weird. I just think we could do a better job and we could just reinvent time. Let's just see if we could reinvent the whole way time works. That'd be more like a microsite, a couple days long. This is the interesting one that's been on my mind the most, is we've been considering making an Omatum token or a coin, a crypto coin. I don't know anything about this. I think it would make for really interesting content. I think it would make for like a really interesting project just in general, because there's so many different pieces, and kind of just jumping into something that I have no freaking idea how to do. The other project we had is favorite thing tracker. So this is an interesting little microsite we wanted to make. I think this is like a 10-day project maybe. This is the dumbest, simplest app ever. We would just make an app where essentially you could add a person like that, and then there would be sort of a form you could fill out that you could specify some favorite things of theirs, like their favorite restaurant, their favorite movie, their favorite ice cream, etc. And we think we could build that out real quick, but it was just a really easy thing that would save my butt with my wife, So the last one is new internet design. Oh, that's a shaky camera. Look at that thing go. Look at it go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So we had this idea that it could just be a design project. I thought it would be really interesting if we could explore this. Like, imagine if we made a new internet that tried to address all of the problems with the current internet. The idea that we came up with was like, there could be a public net where there's no anonymity, absolutely no anonymity. And then there's 4chan net that's 100% anonymous. On the pub net, everything there, you're like, okay, I'm probably not being lied to. On 4chan net, everything's probably a lie. So at least there's no blur anymore. There is none of this, like, the idea would be like, you wouldn't be able to go on a website and game it anymore. So anyways, these are our ideas. I think we need to do our, let's do a poll on what you guys think we should work on next. I just want to make sure we got everybody. Okay, so Ms. Cat, sorry man, I almost missed your idea. Beyond Grave, a cloud service for last wills, letters to loved one, images, bombshells. Documents can be set up with an address where it'll be sent and other things. Data is stored encrypted on the cloud, and user can set up checking period where system will check if he or she is alive. Oh my God. Which pings user for life signs? What? After the setup period has passed, the cloud will release the data the user wants. Whoa. It's like a dead man switch. This is a medium-sized project, but I want it on the list and I want to do this at some point. Wow. I really like this idea. Because you could do this, like you could sell this to everybody just by saying, okay, check in once every 48 hours. If I don't respond to a text, everybody's going to die here. Hate to break it to you. You're all going to die. But to be able to put stuff aside to like just reach out months after the death. It's such a beautiful idea. All right, let's create the free poll. Wait a second. Let's SDO juice this thing. SDO. I do this. There it is. Juiced. Boom. Okay, juiced it. It's free real estate. Oh yeah, look at that. That's the background I wanted. There you guys go. We're gonna let this run until tomorrow, and we're gonna probably just go over it tomorrow. Hey guys, we did a little pitch day yesterday, and today's going to be the follow-up for that. It's going to be a pretty short stream. It's kind of interesting today because we're in this like flux period between projects. So today we wanted to get into picking the next project. Now this wasn't easy. We had a bunch of people submit stuff, a whole bunch, and we had some of our own ideas in there. And what we kind of did was in the office, we discussed it. We looked at the results this morning and we kind of said like, okay, what are the ones that we really want to work on? So let's get into it a little bit. So the top votes from the community was the Omatum token or coin came in first place. Media Monk, which is another thing we proposed, came in second. Critter tied for second. So Critter was Noah's idea where we would have a connection to pet adoption centers and sort of create this like swipeable left-right thing for adoption centers. The ones that we were excited about, just right off the bat as I go through them, we were excited about Critter. I was excited about Beyond Grave. We were excited about Smidgen, but can't work on it. We've got Clickbait Killer, which I'm not super excited about it. I think it'd be fun to work on. It kind of came in this middle area. Go to Escrow, not super excited about it. New Internet Design was one of ours. Chatter Vision, not super excited about it, but almost like Chatter Vision functionality meets Media Monk, which is one of our other thing. I'm kind of excited about exploring that as a potential thing. We have the clickbait news answers that didn't come in great either. The micro tool for splitting videos up got 1 vote. Okay, sure, nobody cares. Mostly Zach wants it. So that's probably Zach voting. I don't know.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really.
The really cool app that would find places for you to go when you're on a road trip, you know, that only got 1 vote, which is crazy because I thought that was an amazing idea. I think that Beyond Grave, I liked it a lot, but it was a little too big. It's something that we'd love to work on in the future though. Smidgen, we just can't work on it because we're only working on stuff where we have 100% ownership. Chatter Vision, again, looks like it would fold into Media Monk. So like this is probably something we'd want to work on, but make it a feature inside of the Media Monk web version or something we could add on because Media Monk is sort of like a platform. This is kind of interesting. So Comet Blazer, you had asked when I call Media Monk content fully searchable, what do I mean? Imagine if you're watching a video and things are happening in the video and they're described to you. So you would have this image, right, that would be video going on, but people could go in and tag it and say that this is the actor that's in it. They could say that they're reading a book, that they're sitting down, that it's just as many things as possible to kind of describe video content. And our idea was that like it could be as simple as possible as just saying who the actor is, what they're doing, you know, if there's a joke that takes place, or as complicated as possible as like actually going in and saying like this chair is a Burberry chair, it's a rug, etc. We think by doing that we could create a search engine for videos in a sense. So with that in mind, like I think Media Monk is something we can't work on right now. Critter, from the community perspective, I think is our community winner, I guess, our community pick. But Critter has a little bit of a problem right now that I'd be reluctant to make this the next thing we get into. We need API access to some sort of adopt a pet type thing. If we can get that, I think that this might be the next thing we work on. So out of this all, what we kind of came out with was the one we got the most excited about in the office was the Omatum token or coin, making our own crypto. That's what we're going to do.
We'll do it live!
Starting next week, we will make our own crypto, ? Because I have no idea how it works. None. Zero. Today we could do some light research, but I'm going to have to do research like all weekend and on Monday and Tuesday before the stream to be like, how does this even work? Because I don't know. Do you guys know how crypto works? I understand it a little bit. I own crypto. I know that essentially like there's a blockchain. I kind of understand the purpose of the blockchain, but I don't know anything else about it. We're not trying to make a good cryptocurrency though. We're just trying to make like the ultimate meme coin. Okay, so coins are native to their own blockchain, whilst tokens are built on top of like Ethereum. So we'll have to make that distinction of like how are we going to do this, and what is it going to look like, and the whole shebang. But I would more or less want to know more about the difference between these two things. I guess like if we make tokens, I just want to tie it to something. I don't want it just to be like, oh yeah, we got 1 million of these things. Our crypto is actually tied to, I don't know, how many days there are in the year or something, or it's tied to like corn production. Whoa, get out of here.
Goodbye.
Could we copy and paste all the Dogcoin code and just call it Omatum coin? Like, why can't you just do that? Yeah, they'll get them. They took it from Bitcoin. Like, yeah, we'll just take that. That's mine now. We'll just change this. We'll just fork the repo, change that to the Omatum logo, and every place it says Doge, we'll just call it Omatum. How many lines of code is this thing though? Because this is like, this is already more files than I thought it would be to get into this thing. Oh, whoa, hold on a second. That is a lot of code. Whoa. Oh, Jesus. So just to be clear, I don't want to make it like a thing that you'd actually buy. I don't think. We're not going to try to become millionaires off this thing. We just think I think it would be fun to work on it. If we make that token though, can we give that to people? Can we like say, oh, you don't mine it because it's a token? Is that the main difference? I don't even know what mining is. How does it make sense? Your computer turns electricity into money. It doesn't really make sense to me. It turns math and electricity into money. Tokens are used to interact with decentralized applications that are built on top of the blockchains. I'm just not sure. I'm going to have to read a lot. A token that essentially we could say like we want to create more of them. That would be great. And if we wanted to be like the sole, that's what I'm thinking. That we just be the sole distributor of it. That way we're not looking at this weird thing of mining and whatever the heck else we need to figure out. Utility tokens, application tokens, they are used to provide people with access to either a product or service. This might be the one we look at. They're rare because most tokens are expected to gain in value based on their limited supply. So there's limited supply there. So maybe these two are the ones we look at. Oh, there's something that we need to make sure though. We do not want to go to prison. That's a important piece. We also don't want to go get sued. Like, we just want to make it really sure that this is just a, experiment into this. So I think wouldn't the primary advantage of creating a crypto thing be that like the value doesn't live in a database, right? It's like, it's not in a database. It could be referenced to in a database, but it doesn't live there. It lives in this publicly accessible thing. So you could have if you built up a big service on your hardware, and you had a bunch of software attached to this hardware, and that hardware caught on fire, you would still have a record of the tokens and all that stuff. We're going to be trying this cryptocurrency thing out. I'm going to be jumping into research on that. And then next week we'll come back on stream and we'll actually do it. Take care, guys. See you later.